It is a Saturday night, and it seems a lot later than it is. It's only like 6:45, but I'm done for the day. I've been doing Uber Eats all day, and I just wanted to see what was going on, see who was out there. So let's get this thing going here. When you go live just like that,
Yeah.
it takes a long time for people to join. When you schedule it, that's when they get.
Yeah.
Yeah. No hands, no hands. Let's see who joined. AGP or is it AJP? What's going on? Where are you out driving? Are you driving? See, how do you see? I can't say hi. Let me say hi. Oh, let's go like this. Do a green screen. New York City, God, I was just down there driving. New York City has to be probably the hardest place to be out Uber driving. All right, there is Chicago. All right, fantastic. We got some major cities in the house. All right, there you go. There's my earnings for the day. Not much. I made a whopping $140 doing Uber Eats. You're not going out until after New Year's? You're not even going to drive New Year's night? I'm down in Ithaca, New York right now, heading home. And the roads are so bad here. Look at this. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Well, we got 6 of you on here. Are you guys planning on driving New Year's night? I think that's a really good topic. New Year's night. Let's turn the green screen off. I like that. That's better. If you plan on driving Uber or Lyft New Year's Eve into New Year's morning, let me know. I see here. We host a party. Okay, you got a party. That's nice. 20 years. Oh, I don't even have my Bears hat with me. Everybody sees me wearing that Bears cap and they think I'm a Bears fan. I don't want to let you down, but I'm not a Bears fan. I got the Tesla in FSD mode, by the way. So we got New York City, Chicago. Anybody on the West Coast? There's got to be at least one LA person that joins. Let's see here. All right. Oh, well, welcome, man. Yeah, I don't do too many live streams. But thanks for watching all of the videos. It's a lot of fun to make those videos. The podcast, it's pretty good. Yeah, gig driver, that's me. I primarily do Uber passengers, but on occasion, I get out and do some Uber Eats. I like to make switch it up. Hey, so AJP, tell me what type of content should I be making? Okay, so let's put my content into 3 buckets. Content bucket number 1, which I do most of the time, is the podcast. That's pretty much where I do a little bit of research ahead of time. I turn the camera on and I just talk, kind of like this live stream. Bucket number 2 is where I do more of a research project where like that one video where I declined 184 rides. I was thinking about doing a video where I take every ride for an entire week, see what happens, something like that. And then the third bucket, the bucket I want to spend more time producing content for, but you guys don't watch as much, is I really love making like those challenge videos with Zeke or with anybody, where we basically do like a Mr. Beast type of thing. So AJ, tell me, what type of content would you like to see on the channel? Oh, the games with my buddy Zeke is awesome. Yeah, it sure is. It's a lot of fun. We've got another one coming out. I'm editing it right now. A little behind the scenes. What we did was I drove the morning shift from 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. and then he drove from 4 p.m. to 4 a.m. and we saw who made the most amount of money. So he was chasing me. He knew exactly how much I earned in the morning, and he had to chase me. All the bucket are pretty good content. Just go with your heart. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. All right, we got 13 people on. Let's see if we can get it to 100. Can we get to 100 tonight? I've had to get to 100 every now and then. So I'm an Uber driver, for those of you who are watching for the first time, in Syracuse, New York. I drive in Syracuse, I drive in Ithaca, I drive in Binghamton. I drive a Tesla. So you get Tesla in full self-drive mode right now. I primarily do Uber X, so the cheapest rides. How is it to Uber over there? Well, it depends on how you want to measure it, right? To make a lot of money, I don't know, on a good night, not a unicorn night, but a good night, I'm gonna make $350, $400 working 12 hours. On a bad night like today, I did an 8-hour shift doing Uber Eats, and I made $150, $140, give or take. Did I get my car from Uber? What do you mean by that? Hey, you've been to Binghamton, all right? Eating the world famous Speedy. Okay, what is that? Oh, the Speedy. Yeah. Okay, we got a shout out to LA. Now, so we got New York, Chicago, LA. What's the next big city? If you were to put like that fourth city, do you remember that trend that was going around? Is it Atlanta? Is it Dallas? No, it's Houston maybe? Miami? You can buy them. Yeah, so I bought my Tesla. I'll give you the background story. So I had a Prius and I hit a deer almost 2 years ago. My nose itches, so let me scratch my nose. There you go. Sorry. So I had a Prius, and in January 2024, I hit a deer. All right, we're at 21. Let's keep going. Let's get to 100. So I hit a deer, and they said it was going to take 13 weeks to fix my Prius. So I rented a Tesla for 2 weeks through Uber, through Hertz, and I really enjoyed driving the Tesla. So I went out and bought a Tesla. Now, the way I bought the Tesla was through Uber. Uber was giving like a $2,000 bonus if I bought a Tesla. There was still the federal tax credit of $7,500. And I think Tesla had lowered their price by like $6,000 on the car. So I bought a brand new Tesla Model Y for about $36,000. So that's what I'm driving right now. And I'm in the market. For my next Tesla too. I've been looking. I'll tell you guys more about that later as soon as I get it. It's pretty excited. All right, Charlotte. I think Charlotte could be the fourth city. All right, we got Charlotte. Any surges in Syracuse tonight? I don't think so. I'll take a screenshot of it. Let's see. Okay, we're back. Sorry, guys. Oh, Honolulu. Oh, that's right, CW. I forget you're out in Honolulu. My wife just came back from there. You know, I like to consider myself a Kama'aina. I think I got one of my Kama'aina shirts on. No, I don't. I don't. If you saw what it looks like CW right now, it is 28 degrees and the roads are a huge mess. All right, we got 20. We've lost a few subscribers or people watching the live stream. Let's get it up to 100. I want to see if we can get to 100. Hubby has been an Uber driver for 7.5 years in Utica. Utica's a good place to drive. I'm just down south of you, down in Cazenovia. Really enjoys it. All right. YouTube is recommending a Howley shirt. Yeah, my Howley shirt's pretty good. I got a Howley shirt, and I got a bunch of town and country kind of shirts, with musubi things and rice bowls and all that kind of stuff on there. All right, we're at 31. Nice. We're up there. Let's keep going. All right, so we've got people from Chicago, New York, LA, Charlotte, Honolulu, Utica, big city of Utica. I did submarines for 24 years. Oh, so you were in the Navy, huh? All right, so CW, I'll tell you, I used to live right there near Pearl Harbor. Do you know when you enter the mouth of Pearl Harbor, the bay, there's on your right-hand side on Hickam Air Force Base, there's CAM housing, Kamehameha housing. That's where I lived when I went to high school. Philly, all right, Philly. Philly's, hey, tomorrow night's a big night for Buffalo Bills fans. I'm not a big Buffalo Bills fan, but my son-in-law is, which makes me kind of a Buffalo Bills fan, I guess. And we play Philly, and so I'm kind of excited about that. All right, Hollowgate, yeah, Nimitz Gate area. I know where that is. We actually live in Camden. Oh, okay. So he would drive from Camden down to Rome. Okay. I did Uber in Rome. I did a shift in Rome, New York, gosh, a year or two ago. All right, we're down to 20. We had a little bit more. We were at 30, and now we're at 20. Let me hear your plans for New Year's nights. Are you gonna drive? Florida. You're just claiming the whole state. I appreciate that. Florida's way too big to claim. What you got to claim, like, was it Miami, South Florida, right, or Orlando, or the Gulf of America, Gulf of Mexico, however you want to call it. Jacksonville. Last time I was down in Florida, it was a long time ago. It was like years ago. I'll tell you that story. I tell everybody that story. Okay, Orlando. Fair enough. Yeah, I like Orlando. I like Orlando because I'm going there as a tourist. What's it like to live in Orlando? I think the worst market for Uber driving has to be Florida. Everybody talks about Florida being really tough. Originally from Oswego. Hey, Oswego's not a bad place to Uber drive. All right, so we've got New York, LA, Chicago, Charlotte, Honolulu, Utica, Orlando. We don't have anybody from Texas. Any Texas people out there? Mary Gigs here too. Okay, I got it. It sucks here in Dallas. There you go. Knew we had a Dallas person. There we go. Delaware. All right. A little Joe Biden country. Okay, can I tell you guys a story about Delaware? Bear with me. This is a really good story. I had a client in my previous life that sold cars, and the Bidens were one of the car dealerships that they sold cars to. And the funny thing about it was this. They are a Ukrainian family, and they were big donors to the Biden family. And I think that's why Biden was really into Ukraine. That's my conspiracy theory, is that he had a big donor and a friend from there. Wait, I sound like Nick Fuentes. That's that racist dude? I think so. All right, I got a passenger over here.
Hey guys.
That's my fellow Uber driver.
Not really. I mean, it's like for Uber Eats.
For Uber Eats.
Yeah.
Yeah. So every now and then I take my son out with me to go do Uber Eats, and then we take our proceeds and we go eat dinner. So we made $140 today, and we spent $50 on dinner. We went to a taco place. Where's Zeke? Zeke is I think he went to his sister's house. We asked him to go out to dinner with us, and is that, yeah, and Great Northern Mall's not open, that's for sure. Oh, Austin. All right, there you go. Austin. Austin, was it 6th Street? How's Waymo treating you in Austin? All right. Let's see here. We got 37. Okay, we're getting up there. Not bad. I did a live stream on TikTok, and that's really difficult because I got to go out there and ask for hearts and roses and keep you guys really busy. Ever go to Carthage, New York? Um, no, I have. Maybe, I don't know. The problem is there's so many upstate New York places that sound like some sort of Greek mythology type of thing. So it's Ithaca, Carthage, Rome. There's all these places. Let's see here. Uber and Lyft rates are so bad right now here in Dallas. Dude, they're bad everywhere. I did an Uber Eats order tonight where we did 2 trips, me and my son Charlie, and we got paid $1.50 for 2 trips. Now we got the tip on top of it, but Carthage is outside of Watertown. Oh, yeah, I know where Carthage is. I knew where it sounds familiar. So remember my friend Zeke, we did a competition, and we were trying to see who can get as far away from the Syracuse airport as possible, and he ended up in Carthage. So that's why I remember it. Right, but we did a $7 or $1.50 order tonight. Waymos are horrible here. Now they have RoboTaxi there too. Which ones do people prefer, RoboTaxi or Waymo? I have to put chapstick on. I'm an old man in a frozen tundra. It's miserable up here. All right, we got 26. We had as many as 30 something. I want to see if I can get it to 100. It would have really impressed my son.
Yep.
If I can get to 100 people watching the live stream. My son doesn't believe I'm a real YouTuber. Yeah, so Waymos are taking all the money from your community, no doubt. Have you ridden in one yet? Oh, I didn't know that the tips are not tracked separately in our 1099s. But I think we get that report. So I have a sponsor to the channel that's coming out. I think in January. It's a tax preparation company, and so I'm going to actually do my taxes on a YouTube video. So CWJ, I'll try to do my taxes, and I'll show you how I track my tips. See what it says, Waymo and Avride in Dallas. I thought you guys had a RoboTaxi in, oh, no. Don't have RoboTaxi in Dallas yet. All right, we're at 25. We're going the wrong direction. Let's see what we can do here. In 2026, tips will be annotated separately on 1099. I think I have a pretty good idea. I mean, I have some spreadsheets, but you can also look at your weekly statements, and I think your monthly and quarterly statements also separate out your tips. I know I saw my tips somewhere annualized in my Uber taxes last year. Yeah, you know what? I guess thinking about it, I haven't really thought too much about it. The big, beautiful bill saying that we don't get taxed on our tips, that could be a pretty good thing for us. I mean, today I made $50 in fares, $50 in tips, and $40 in promotions. So, yeah, so tips are on our weekly statements, right? And so I think it would be on the annual statement too. I can't remember. It's been a little while. But in January, I'm going to do a video where I actually do my taxes, and then you guys can follow along with me. Now, it won't be all my taxes because I have a lot of earnings in a lot of different places. But what I'm going to do is pretend I only did Uber and do my taxes that way. I see here. It's for the first 25,000 you make in tips. It doesn't apply to state income tax. It's only federal. That makes sense. All right. All right, let's try it. Let's see here. Not what is your bedroom color? It's a stupid question. All right. Um, are you driving New Year's Eve? Boom. All right, let's see. I want to talk about New Year's Eve. I hate this. There you go. Yes, you are. Okay. Oh my gosh, CW, I have to tell you a story about I did New Year's Eve as a security guard, as a cop, Y2K. I was sitting down on the base actually, and I remember right when New Year's hit, all the fireworks all through Pearl City. I hung everywhere, right? Fireworks are going crazy. I was waiting to see all the lights turn out because it was Y2K. Don't drink and drive. Yeah, no kidding, right? So you're not driving New Year's Eve, huh? My first New Year's Eve was my first New Year's Eve was last year. I've never really done New Year's Eve. Delaware is kind of slow to work around here. I dislike driving in PA more, or I dislike driving in PA now. Wait, do you drive in Delaware or PA more? The Honolulu Marathon. That's got to be really difficult, right? Because you got to know the route to get around the track, right? The the route. So you drive more in Delaware. I I can drive Uber in New Jersey, um, but I haven't done that in a long time. Come on, tell me about your New Year's Eve plans. Have you any of you gotten any bonuses yet for New Year's Eve? You live in the capital? Okay, got it. Yeah, yeah. I didn't drive last year, but the year prior, made like $700 in 11 hours. Nice, Sav. That's really nice. $30 surges are epic. We did that on Halloween. So on Halloween night this year, we had $30 surge, and it kept popping up in the same spot. So I was taking the shortest ride I possibly could. See, I get a deer gonna kill us. Um, and I did. I made 870 bucks on New Year's Eve, something like that. It was great. You missed out on the EV bonus. Yeah, the EV bonus is gone. No more. I had, I want to say, some newspaper reached out to me. I want to say like Bloomberg reached out to me and did an interview with me about the New Year's Eve bonus. So there's an article out there. You'll find it in Yahoo News where I talk about the EV bonus. 21. We got 21 people watching right now. See if we can get to, let's get to 100, just for me. I don't, I don't know why asking you guys because you're already watching it. So just don't leave. That would be, I guess, the way to do it. Don't leave. Now I missed out on the EV bonus, sadly. Yeah. Since Christmas Eve here, Maui surges have been about $20 constantly. Oh man, Maui's got to be amazing. Maui is where my wife and I went for our honeymoon. We lived in Pearl City at the time, and we flew over to Maui for our honeymoon. It was great. Yeah, the Tesla's a great buy. I still think even though you're not going to get the EV bonus with the Tesla, there's still some really see right now. This is an example of why I like the Tesla. I drove an hour to my Uber spot today, and now I'm driving home. and I'm not really driving. The car's doing all the hard work. This is why you get a Tesla. Oh, there you go. We got an Atlanta person. Hot Atlanta. All my relatives live just south of Atlanta. My family side. My family left Hawaii, and my dad went back to his roots in Georgia. So down in south of Macon, Warner Robins, that area. Let me see. He says top fans. What is that? So Texas, you're the top fan. All right. Then Anbu, Roro. All right. I wonder what makes you a top fan. What you have to do to be a top fan. My Tesla Highland here in Maui. That's got to be amazing. I drive an X in Miami. Oh my gosh. The Model X seems like it'd be a lot of fun. My friend who drives a Model X in Cleveland, um, he gets Uber Black in that, but the snow, it says it's hard to open the gull wing doors in the snow. Eric is here too, right? There you go. Okay, so whoever comments the most. All right, we'll keep commenting then. Let's go. I can read a lot of it. Watching a lot of your videos, you drop them and then chatting in lives. Yeah, yeah. You know, it's funny is I feel like I can do a video a day. The podcast is a lot of fun for me to produce. I think you get a more authentic version of me through the podcast because I really don't edit it. I do add some overlays, some text to kind of hit some points home. But basically, there's like a topic that comes to my mind. Oh, not the Model X, but Uber X got it. All right, fan. There you go. 40 per hour without surges. That would be great. You guys must kill it with tips as Hawaii Uber drivers. Do you listen to FM 100 when you're doing Uber in Hawaii? Or is it FM 105, the kind? That's the one I think I used to listen to. That's more FM 100 is kind of like modern Hawaiian, right? And FM 105 is more like what? Old school Hawaii music? Oh, yeah, 92.3 KSSK. Yeah, long time ago. I would watch them because I would be listening to you while I'm out driving. Yeah, I appreciate it. So when I record the podcast, I record it thinking of audio. So I do try to make the podcast not as visual. It's so that way you can listen to it. I have released a few of them on Spotify. I should do that more. I should just release them on Spotify so you guys can listen to them while you're driving around. Do I ever go down to Albany or New York City? Yeah, all the time. Well, not Albany. I've done a little bit in Albany, but I take Ubers to New York City, and then I have to deadhead back. The reason why I like to go to New York City is my son lives down there. He lives in Brooklyn. So, yeah, so if somebody wants to like catch a flight out of JFK, it's like a 4-hour Uber from here, maybe 5 hours. Um, and I go to JFK, and then I kind of like it's like a 30-minute drive from JFK to my son's apartment. So, what kind of topics? Let's see here. I'll switch this out here. Let's see here. See if I can put another one up there. Let's see here. Q&A. What topics interest you the most? All right. So, what type of Uber topics interest you the most? All right. There you go. I like this topic better. There you go. See if you can see my face. Traditional Hawaiian. I love traditional Hawaiian. Shout out to New York City, dude. New York City. That's such a rough place to Uber drive. I can't imagine. I mean, so for those that don't know, if you're an Uber driver in the state of New York, you have to be specially licensed by the TNC to Uber drive in New York City. So I don't Uber drive. I can't pick up anybody. I can't do Uber Eats. I can't do any of it. I can do DoorDash though. I just don't do it. Um, but what type of topics, Uber topics, or and I say Uber, it could be DoorDash, could be, Lyft or whatever, or TLC. Yeah, I said TNC. I think Town and Country because I've been talking so much Hawaii. That's why I said TNC. TLC license. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yep. Um, so I'm kind of lining up some of my major projects for 2026. If there's any type of big projects you'd like for me to do, I'd love to do it. I really enjoy, like I say, putting together the podcast or some of those big projects where it's like research. If I could put together a spreadsheet, that's really what I get. Do I pay estimated taxes quarterly? No, I do not. I just save my money. So the way I do my taxes is when I cash out Uber, and I cash out every day. What it does is it goes into a bank account, and from that bank account, I pay all of my expenses, like my car payments, my supercharging, new tires, whatever it might be. But I also pay my taxes out of that account. So all I do is I estimate how much I owe based on my cost per mile for that night out of that one account, and then I pay myself the balance. So tonight I make 140 bucks. Let's say I do 140 miles. I don't know, whatever. I'll probably pay myself like 70 bucks. And so that other $70 is going to stay in that account. I have a question that might help you do anything different now with having the Tesla. I offering people to watch the show or changing choice of music. Let's see here. I have a question that might help. Do you do anything different now that you have a Tesla? Yeah, I use FSD with all of my passengers. When I drive my Tesla for Uber driving, um, I put the car in Rainbow Road. If you're familiar with it, it looks kind of like Mario Kart. And then I put it in full self-drive, and then I put the full screen. It looks like this, just because you guys are watching. It looks like that. And so my passengers can see this, and then I make it evidently clear that I'm not driving. And I'd say 9 out of 10 of them get really excited about that. What's going on? Okay, I see here. I've tried to cherry pick, but I can't let go of my diamond level. Oh, I know. Having diamond level, at least the customer service feels really good, doesn't it? All right, we got 30 people on. Let's do it. Got $20 tip today. Doesn't it feel good to get a large tip? Okay, my largest tip I ever got was $120. It was a short ride too. The guy only paid $60 for a trip, and it was Christmas, and he gave me $120 in the Uber app. I did get a $100 cash tip one time too. How much have you made today? I made $140 today. That's before expenses. It was 7.5 hours online. It was horrible. $100 cash airport tip. That's I love that, man. People during the holidays can be really generous. Now is when we get the real. Everybody's kind of buckling down, right? Because everybody spent their their money for Christmas, and it's going to get real slow for us probably. I love FSD here in Maui. I know it's got to be amazing. FSD in the wintertime here is a little bit of a challenge, but on Maui, it's got to be amazing. How much have I made net for the year? How much have I made net for the year? That's a tough thing to answer without looking exactly at my spreadsheet. I'm going to say net 35, 40,000 maybe, something like that. The problem is I'm doing it across a couple of different apps. And sometimes, problem CW is when I count what I've made, a lot of times I do pick trips and I do Uber things to produce content. So I do sacrifice earnings. Like tonight, I could have made more than $140, but I wanted to go on Uber Eats with my son, go out to dinner, and I wanted to do a research thing on a topic. So I sacrificed probably $100 in revenue today to do that. 160 bucks a day before expensive, but I've been driving most of the day. Just got home. Got it. All right. You got you got a ban for returning? That sucks. Oh, Ben, you got a Benjamin. Okay, got it. Nice. All right. How many customers a day? How many customers? Well, we just did Uber Eats. On my biggest days, when I go 12 plus hours Uber driving and I go down to like Ithaca, yeah, Ben, I see it now. Yeah. I'm probably going to do 50 to 55 Uber X rides in one night. Do you have Elite on Lyft? No, I've only done like 350 total Lyft rides. I'll turn Lyft on sometimes and I'll forget that it's on, and it'll be like 2 hours, and then all of a sudden I'll get a ride. I just don't get as many rides, and I like Lyft. I really do. I think Lyft is a better app for drivers. It just doesn't give me any rides. I spend way too much time on content. Oh yeah, and then I get too lazy to work. That's the way it is with me. So Smart Ride Sharing, another content creator. Please go check a look at the content. It's really good. Um, One of the things that I do with my content is I prioritize it, but then I limit myself to how much I produce. Yeah, so like Uber's pretty dominant in my area for sure. All right, we're at 34. Not bad. I want to get to see if I can get to 100 people watching live at one time. I'm in Long Beach, California. All right. Uber seems to be a lot better. Yeah, I think Uber is a lot better everywhere because Uber's just bigger. Steel Rock says I'm in ruralish central Georgia. Ruralish central Georgia. Hey, like I say, I got a lot of family down in south of Macon, in Warner Robins. In fact, I went to a family reunion down in Nashville, in Adel, Georgia, that area. Oh, he says, I met a driver from Wisconsin. He says that every 2 weeks, Uber adds up the total rides and pays the driver $1 per ride for all the rides that they took in 2 weeks. Yeah, there's a lot of different interesting quests. So here in my area, the reason why I went down to Ithaca today to do Uber Eats is because we've got a really interesting quest where it's like if I do 8 rides, I get a $16 bonus. Then if I do 3 more rides, I get a $3 bonus. Then if I do 7 more rides, I get a $30 bonus. And you have to do it all in like 3 hours. College on break, less rides. Yeah, that's exactly right. Wow, okay. Lyft is a big thing out there in Delaware. Interesting. You mainly drive in Warner Robins. That's cool. Hey, while I'll be down in Warner Robins, we should meet up. DM me and we'll connect. I'll go down Russell Parkway and Watson Boulevard with you. That'd be kind of a cool piece of content we could create down in Warner Robins. My parents always want me to move down there, but I don't want to move down to Warner Robins. No offense, but I don't want to live in Warner.